So there's been a lot of talk of Shakur Stevenson being the next great defensive fighter in history. A lot of comparisons to Floyd Mayweather, Shakur being the next Floyd, Shakur's stats, his defensive stats, where he's the least touched, least amount of landed punches on a championship level fighter out of anybody currently boxing. So I want to break down a couple clips between Shakur sparring and Floyd sparring, and let's see where and if there are similarities. Here's a clip of Shakur Stevenson sparring Yordenis Ugas, who, as we all know, is a former world champion, one of the top welterweights of this generation. And not to mention, there is a weight difference. Yordenis fights at 147, Shakur's at 130 or 135. So he's also a bigger dude. So here in this clip, you see Shakur throw a 1-2, wait, just dip back a little, throw a body shot, and then dip back again. Then throw another shot and move to the side. Okay, so as you see, Shakur does a lot of just inch movements back. Not that much with his feet, a lot of waist movements, or with his feet, just a step back an inch to make the punch just whiz by somebody's nose. Next clip from the same sparring session, Shakur throws a body shot, throws a straight right, and then again steps back and then goes to the side. A lot of footwork. So he seems to be having less waist movement and more just taking his feet and putting himself out of range with very quick twitch muscle reflex action in his feet. All right, the next clip, he puts up, blocks a couple punches, throws an uppercut, dips away quickly, throws a 1-2, and then dips away again, and then looks over at somebody in the corner, basically admiring his own work. So again, Shakur's doing a lot of 1 or 2 inch back movements and then coming right back with counters, which, by the way, really frustrates an opponent. I know that when there's somebody there and you think that they're right there to hit, for you to hit them within an inch away, and you swing and you just miss by an inch, that gets so frustrating, especially when it happens repeatedly throughout the sparring. Last clip here, Shakur throws a 1-2, and then moves out the way once, and then jumps back out of the way again, and then goes forward, throws a 1-2, jumps out of the way again, comes back. There's a lot to unpack in this one, so let's look at it again. Shakur throws a 1-2, quickly darts back and gets out of the way, takes 2 steps back, then quickly goes forward to apply the pressure immediately so the opponent doesn't think that that Shakur is just running for him. Ugas doesn't think he's just running because Shakur applies that pressure immediately after getting out of the way. Throws a body shot while keeping his glove on his head there as a measure. It's a great defensive move. It's a big distraction. And then Shakur throws a 1-2, and then again jumps back to elude the straight right counter by Ugas. Beautifully done. So now let's take a quick look at Floyd Money Mayweather's, some of his sparring. Now everybody knows Floyd is known for that Philly shell. That's what he's known for, that famous Philly shell defense. But he took the Philly shell and, we should be calling his something else because it's different. Maybe we should call it the Floyd cover-up. No, that was stupid. Let's not do that. But let's check out a clip of Floyd Mayweather sparring. I'm not sure who he's sparring, so those of you in the comments, please drop the name of the guy he's sparring. Here's the first clip. Floyd puts up, covers up right away, then bends at the waist really nicely to elude a punch, throws another shot, keeping a good range, steps back a little bit, punches again, steps back again, and he's moving back while firing. And then Floyd again throws a nice overhand right, dips under at the waist, it comes back up. So already we see off the jump, Floyd is a lot more heavy in waist movement, strict waist movement. So he's staying in the pocket, but he's moving his waist. So when he comes back up, he's there. And I used to do that too. I used to stick with waist movement because you're using less energy, and you're always staying in the pocket. And you're giving the illusion that when you're moving out the way that you're far, but that you stand right back up and you're right there again, and you could land a counter. The next clip of Floyd sparring here, there again, he steps back, throws a shot, moves at the waist a little, steps back, has his opponent on the ropes, pulling at him, and again eludes another punch by moving at the waist backwards. Same sparring with Floyd. Boom, he puts up that side right there, blocks it. Now again, moves at the waist, goes under, moves at the waist again, eluding the jab, goes under. Classic Floyd. Now Floyd's hitting him with some pot shots. Now Floyd moves to the right, then he moves to the left. And then he goes another jab, pot shots, and then spins around and spins the other way. Okay, Wow, very. And then again, another waist movement from Floyd. So that was very that was a genius defensive maneuvers by Floyd. He would go this way and that way and this way and that way, almost making his opponent dizzy. And when you think he's here, he's there. When you think he's there, he's here. So it's a great way to confuse his opponent and also give himself great angles. Because when he moves, not only is the opponent thrown off, but now he has new angles to come at. That's not expected. Genius stuff by Floyd. All right, here's the last clip of Floyd in the sparring session. Chest to chest there. He dips at the waist, spins, spins again, and then backs on out. Once again, beautiful spinning, and also the movement from side to side. So we saw a lot of similarities between Floyd and Shakur, but at the same time, we saw a lot of differences. So we learned that Shakur Stevenson is a lot more 1-inch movements, and he does a lot of movements springing back and forth with his legs. So he does a lot more leg movement where he'll go back and forth, but he also does a lot more waist movement. But his waist movement is not like Floyd's. His is straight up. He stays straight up and just leans back just a little bit, just a smidge. Whereas Floyd, with the classic Philly shell, he goes all the way down and comes all the way up and all the way down and all the way up at the waist, but he doesn't move his legs most of the time. He stays in that pocket. Floyd also does a lot of side-to-side movements, but side-to-side immediately, almost dizzying his opponents, and also creating those angles. Shakur stays in the pocket, but Shakur also does something very smart, where he always makes sure to pressure his opponents. So that's what makes Shakur such a great fighter, so unique, is he's able to be the best defensive fighter in boxing, but also constantly being able to apply pressure. So when you mix those two things, it makes an opponent very hard to beat, physically, but also psychologically. He really has an edge on his opponents. I don't know if he's going to be better than Floyd. I mean, Floyd, to me, his resume and everything, I can't say that Shakur is better than Floyd. Floyd is still way better, but who knows what will happen in the future. I want to know from you guys, do you guys think Shakur has what it takes to end up being the greatest defensive fighter of all time and surpassing Floyd Mayweather? Let me know in the comments.